Hello, Mystic Sisterhood family. I am so happy to be here with you. Happy full moon. We have a super full moon, blue moon in Pisces. So what does it mean? The blue moon happens once in a blue moon. It happens when we have two full moons in 1 month long. So in the calendar month of August, we had a full moon earlier in the month, and coming up at the end of the month on the 30th, which is today, we have another full moon. So that we call this a blue moon. A supermoon happens when the moon is in close proximity to the earth. It appears large and super to our eye, and this blue supermoon is happening in the sign of Pisces. So Pisces, we know, is the water sign of water signs. It is the ending. Pisces represents the 12th house, which is where everything comes to a close. This is endings, it is death, and it is the rebirth. It is also the great beyond. It represents psych wards and really just sort of losing grasp on reality. So we can see these things are already coming up in our collective consciousness. Certainly reality is starting to sort of bend its shape quite a bit, right? Things are a little bit unstable, if you will. Pisces represents this illusion, the dream, the great beyond, the infinity of all. And when we speak about this energy, we really need to look right now at where our dreams are being amplified. Where are we delusional and where are we dreaming? What is the difference between those two? So I invite you to kind of just for a moment from where you are, if it's available, close your eyes and just join me in a few deep breaths. Breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the mouth, sounding like this. Again, breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth, really letting yourself sigh. Just feeling what it feels like to let yourself sigh. Let's try one more time. Biggest sigh yet. Beautiful. Our body loves to make sounds. There are parts of us that need to hear the sounds that our body makes to be able to access deeper levels of healing. So with your eyes closed, can you just allow yourself just a moment of peace? Feel yourself swimming in the ocean of the great beyond. Imagine that the waves are crashing and thrashing, but you feel calm. As you continue to swim through these tumultuous waves, can you locate the place in your body where you need the most love right now? Maybe you feel a warmth, maybe there's a tingle or a sensation, maybe you can hear the name of the place in your body. Maybe it's your liver, your pancreas. Maybe it's your womb. Maybe it's your brain. Whatever it might be, can you notice? Begin now to imagine that as the waves crash all around you, that each time a new peak of the wave hits your body, that it sends healing into this space. As the water touches you, you can feel it moving in through your pores into your body, reaching the space you need the most healing. Can you soften maybe 5%? Beautiful. Taking a nice deep breath in through the nose, holding at the top. Exhaling, thanking Spirit for this moment of pause. Breathing in once more. And when you feel ready, you can open your eyes, come back into the room. So this is the energy, my friends. Deep healing, deep tumultuous waters. We have 7 planets in retrograde. Mercury, Venus, Saturn, Uranus, Pluto, Neptune, and Chiron, all doing their thing, asking us to really, really, really go in, look at what the old stories are that we're clinging to. Where is the need for the deepest healing in the body? Where is the place that you are holding on to all of the things that stop you from living this dreamy, dreamy life? It's really important to remember that in human existence, we are creating everything we experience. If you want to move beyond the suffering, beyond the pain, beyond the trauma stories that keep us stuck, it is entirely up to you to refocus your energy. We can't make space for our nightmares. We can't make space for the things that we fear. We can't give any oxygen to a reality that is uncomfortable to us, because otherwise we might manifest it. And so too for the life of our dreams. If you dream of having freedom, of creating, of existing in ease and joy, then you have to believe in the dream, and you have to act as if nothing else is possible but that dream for you. If there's something that you've been waiting to do, that you've been holding on to, it's literally once in a blue moon. I suggest you do it. If you've been wanting to rebel in some way, to do something crazy and creative, to act a fool in some funky, unknown, strange, bizarre way, Pisces loves a weirdo, and a full moon is the best time for it. Another thing that might be very helpful at this time would be to clean out your home. The sun is opposing the moon, as always, at a full moon, and Virgo is the sign of order and structure and systems. And as we destroy all of the old ones, it's really important that you look at what you want the new ones to seem like, how you want them to feel, and can you now start to set things up, or at least get rid of and banish the things that stop you from living that way. So if you, for example, tell yourself all kinds of limiting beliefs, can you do something ceremonious that would allow you to really cast that out from you? Perhaps you want to make a list and burn it. Maybe you want to go into nature and find a little token or a trinket that feels like something that can remind you of your intention. Whatever it might be, whatever it is that comes through for you, can you let yourself do it? It's once in a blue moon, after all. You'll never have this opportunity again. But this time, really let yourself feel your emotions. Pisces is an incredibly emotional sign. We are kind of known for it. Our deep emotions and our infinitesimal energy of all of the depths of our feelings. And truly, the only way to access the healing on the other side of the pain that we feel as humans is to really let ourselves go through it. So whatever it is that's coming up for you, whatever it was you were feeling in those tumultuous currents of our meditation, can you just notice it, and can you let yourself feel it? Can you feel it so that your children don't need to, so that others' children don't need to feel it? Can you feel it in such a way that you might feel it for the very last time in all of human history? Powerful, huh? Our sensitivity, our creativity, and allowing things to die is a very powerful, powerful initiation that is necessary in order for us to experience rebirth. Life, death, and rebirth happen all the time around us, and in this full moon, when we start to move into the energy of things beginning to fall, beginning to become more close to the seasonal death of winter that we experience before, of course, the inevitable rebirth that will arrive again in the spring. This moment is a good opportunity for you to let things die too, to let the leaves of your experiences and your stories of yourself gently fall from the tree of self, so that next time you root a little deeper, you can rise a little higher. When we talk about retrograde and all of the planets that are retrograding right now, Venus is asking us to look at our love, our relationships, our love of ourself, our love of the planet. It wants us to unpack our emotions and our feelings. It wants us to look at our femininity and acknowledge where we need to drop in a little bit deeper. Where are we betraying ourselves? Where are we acting a little bit too masculine in society? Where can we soften? Mercury in its retrograde, as always, is messing up the technology. It's screwing up the communications, and it is just playing with our minds, tricking us like the trickster that Mercury can be, into believing that maybe the stories we tell ourselves are completely true, and maybe they're not. And how do we know what's real and what's not? Saturn in its retrograde is asking us to visit the boundaries. Where are we too constricted? Where are we too stuck in our ways? And where are the boundaries necessary for the next iteration of self, for the next iteration of human history, or human future, if you will? Neptune is the planet of our dreams, but also of our psyche. Neptune can represent depression and anxiety, but it also can represent, mania and the extremities of joy and the dream of what our planet really is. It asks us to investigate, where are we dreaming a dream and where are we dreaming a nightmare? Where are we living in hell on earth and where is heaven? How can you really investigate and invest in your own heaven, and where do you need to divest from your hell? Uranus, the planet of electricity, of aha, of eureka, really wants us to look into our tech, but also our ways of coming to new knowledge. Human history is evolving, humanity is evolving, AI and tech are evolving, and we are asking and looking at a lot of the things. How do we relate to tech? How do we relate to our outside influences? What ahas do we need to acknowledge and recognize in ourselves at this time to be able to do humanity better? Pluto is asking us to look at that karma, and we are. Karma is coming, and Pluto retrograde, which it's been doing for a little while and has a little while longer to go. Pluto is really asking us, where is your karmic energy? What are you responsible for? What are you not responsible for? And then finally, Chiron, our wounding, the healer in us, the parts of us that we can help others, but rarely ever ourselves. The asteroid is asking, how can we step back and look at these things? Retrogrades are often times of reflection. They're times for us to look at ourselves through a different lens. And this full moon is this really peak moment, this unique, beautiful opportunity for us to deeply reflect on what we're capable of, and also what we do not need to be concerned with in the dream of the planet. We are transforming. We are evolving. We are moving along the waters, and the best advice that I can offer you at this time is to grab yourself a floaty and just let the current take you. Allow the water to hit you in whatever way it does. Hard, soft, gentle, ferocious, scary, empowering, whatever it might be. Can you let all of the emotions that hit move you forward in some way or another? Can you just be with going with what is? It's like the hardest thing in the world to do, but I love a good dream. A beautiful opportunity this full moon would be to take yourself into nature and really investigate with yourself what nature has to provide for you in offering space for your healing. Knowing that we create our reality, everything that happens to us is happening for us. This past week, I got stung twice by wasps. Knowing that it was happening for me, I looked into what the medicine of the wasp is, and it reminded me that sometimes I have a serpent tongue. Sometimes my words sting. And sometimes I need to hear that lesson more than once to be able to integrate it. Could I make myself the victim of it? Definitely. Do I choose that? Absolutely not. So I invite you to go out into nature. Try not to get stung by anything, but instead, can you find something? Can you connect with something? A tree or a leaf or a twig or a bug or a bird or something more impactful and empowering than that, maybe an animal of some kind. Can you allow those things to come and find you? And then can you uncover what that medicine is about? Because everything that nature shows us, everything that it reveals itself to us, has something for us to heal and to evolve into. So for this full moon, your ritual is simply to go out and be. You got this. Happy full moon, family. We will see you next month. Please be gentle with yourself. This is a time of massive upheaval and a lot is transforming. If you have the awareness that you are doing so with intention, you're doing better than most. Keep going. I got your back. If ever you wish to go deeper, you can slide on into my DMs. All of the Mystic Sisterhood holders get 22% off all services and readings and healings. There will be lots of beautiful things coming in the next few months. And I lovingly encourage you to go to my website, jannastern.com, and see if there's something there for you. Have a beautiful full moon.